Absolutely. That's what brings fans to games, even if you're 13th on the AFL ladder, like the Brisbane Lions are. You always come to a game with hope. And the Brisbane Lions have given huge hope after their quarter-time debacle. Final term underway. The Rutten-Brown battle could be pivotal as well. Rutten from half-back to Doughty. Rich attacks it nicely, gets it on the boot. Turnover, just the required 15. Riley marks to Sloan, who hasn't seen a lot of it either since quarter time.
Well, that wasn't the scrappy type of start that the Crows wanted. They were very messy and saw some errant handballs. But they just got to still try to take control of this game, but they just can't use the ball. Even with this sort of situation, they tend to turn it over.
Knights came on as a sub, so he needs to give them something. Good smack down by Patfell. Got it away from Walker. John Cock dragged down, didn't really have it. Adcock had him and he didn't have it. John Cock's ball, and he's asking for an extra couple of metres here.
Yeah, good call, Duano. He released the ball and Jed Adcock just went on with the tackle.
Hands it off to Knights. Left foot. Doesn't bend it the right way. Yeah, one kick from the lead. 5 points the margin. Here it is again.
Yeah, just a little bit reckless there. Probably didn't know that John Cock didn't even really take the ball. Yeah. But sometimes I wonder about that little handball there, Knights. I mean, we know he's a good finisher, but gee, it's a difficult kick from outside 50 on a really acute angle, rather than John Cock maybe going back and looking for a short target.
Nice mark on the run. Hudson beams, gets it to half forward.
Well,
good attack, Riley. Just took Lyle on and took the Sherrin with him. Rutten. Thompson. Riley again. John Cock in the hole. Goes up. Misses it. Leicester had a piece of it as well. Merritt caught. Wraparound tackle. Almost gone there. Leicester dragged down. It's a different Adelaide to start this final term.
Gone.
Free kick. Didn't make a genuine attempt.
Hang on. No, someone else's free kick. Petrenko.
Jared's kick.
I'd love to see that free kick again. It just looked like a couple of genuine contests and some really fierce tackling.
So it started. Here's the free kick now. And yeah, fierce tackle to ground. Pretty tough to get it out. Sneaks it out the back, but Fossey frustrated with that one.
Now I think the replay shows why. This is for the lead. Hits it nicely. Umpire's found maybe a 50. It's a goal regardless. And the Crows take the lead back, although...
It's against Taylor Walker. It's against Taylor Walker, who's...
bumped to ground.
Okay,
before he kicked
was
it,
bumped to ground.
I think as he kicked it, I saw Jed Adcock get up off the ground and Taylor Walker was there. And as we heard from the umpire, it was a kick up the field.
So was it before he kicked it, Al?
I thought it was sort of in flight or as he kicked it, didn't he?
So if he's already kicked it, should it be a free kick at the centre bounce?
Does the goal just count?
Does the goal count?
We'll have to check on that one. As I said, I saw him getting off the ground.
Beams to half forward. The bazaar continues here at the Gabba. Right, wrapped up by Simon Black. Buick attacked it, but left it behind in the end. Rich. Black tried to hack it forward. Adcock sidestep. Nice work. Heads to the top of the square. Thumped away from Zorko. Slips it up. Hanley thought about having a crack. Gives it up to Buick. He does have a crack on the left and he misses. Just scrapes in for a behind. Let's have another look here.
Here it is, left of screen. Yeah, ball's well and truly in flight. I'm not sure of the interpretation of that, but obviously the umpire...
I think I'm with you, Rosie. I think that would normally be goal counts, free kick in the middle.
Well, I know if Al shoots a three-pointer on a Monday night and gets hacked on the arm, and it goes through nothing but net, Al, you get the 3+1 going to the line, don't you, normally?
I haven't come across that, to be honest.
Jenkins
in clearly, the ball was almost halfway through the goals, wasn't it? So it's a really interesting one. I mean, obviously, I would suspect the umpire's got it right, and we've got it incorrect up here.
I think, Rosie, the umpire has to give the all clear for the goal.
Yeah.
And he hasn't done that clearly at that stage because it hasn't gone through, so therefore no all clear.
Okay. So we'll back the umpires in to have got that right. Brisbane by 6 points. Flick back. Sloan to the hot spot. Tippett peeling back. He's been good, Merritt.
Yeah, he's been really good, Merritt.
He's been very
really
good. Both two big athletic players.
Yeah.
Originated from the Gold Coast, both from different sports that have made their way late into AFL footy.
Doesn't he want Tippett to come to the Lions? He's not enhancing Tippett's opportunities to get a big number.
Maybe he's going to force Tippett there to say, well, if you don't want to play on me, go down the other end of the ground. I'll play full-back, you play full-forward. Same team.
Beams just over the head of Zorko. Gets it regardless. Through some traffic. Doughty. Thompson. It's been the difference.
Oh, that's really good work. And just to find a player out in space.
John Cock.
He's really sort of kept them in it, Thompson, hasn't he? Just some real critical marks and key possessions.
Walker to McKay to Tippett again. Can't take possession because Merritt's right with him. Yo, plenty of time to spend that. Out of trouble with the kick wide. It'll be coming back. Riley.
Geez, every single possession now for both teams under pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And just feel that the Crows are starting to find a few targets at that 70-metre mark, which they weren't finding in quarters 2 and 3.
Doughty wide. Callan.
Well, you suspect it's just going to be a bit of that composure, isn't it? The team that's more composed. And you'd think that would be Adelaide, given, and there's a really nice kick and a good illustration of what you're talking about. You'd think, given the experience with the Crows compared to the Lions, that they should be able to think their way through this a bit better.
Absolutely. Nice little bit of work just to free Taylor Walker into that space. But we haven't seen that for well over an hour of football, really, that clean ball into space.
Massive kick this. Taylor Walker knows it. The crowd know it. He's already kicked 3. This to level the scores. Across the face. Behind. It's a 5-point game.
It really is just someone like Tippett that does need to stand up for the Crows, isn't it? Walker's sort of doing it by himself at the moment inside that forward 50. Tippett's only had 7 possessions. Now, he's had a bit of a layoff, so he's going to come back a bit rusty, but he may be the one that just clunks one late in the game because he's got a great capacity to take a really strong contested mark.
Simon Black a little wide with his pass. Get a ball in.
I mean, Taylor Walker, I mean, it's been a good contest with Patfield since Maguire went off, but you'd think probably Tippett needs to push up the field to get Merritt out of that really comfortable spot at fullback. Yeah,
maybe leave Walker deep.
Yep.
Dangerfield keeps it low, hits Callan. Thought about playing on and almost did play on there.
He tried to.
Well, he did.
He just spun the wheels.
But you can't call play on for thinking about it. He didn't take the step. Centering kick. John Cock on the run. No. Couldn't quite scoop it up. Thompson does scoop it to Douglas. Caught though. Zorko through some traffic. Redden bangs it clear. Rutten attacked it. Jonathan Brown let him go. Rutten caught.
Trouble.
Almost ball. Umpire gave him an enormous amount of time.
Well, he put the whistle to the mouth.
Yeah, he did.
Simon Black. Rockcliffe to Redden. Short pass. Buick directly out, 40 from goal. A chance to push this lead out to 11 points.
Yeah, good build-up, good defensive pressures, and probably a little unlucky not to get the free kick, although Rutten did appear to get the foot to the ball when it spilled out. But now, as we saw the miss at one end, can Buick go back and slot this one just to really consolidate the lead? 19,000
here at the Gabba tonight. On the edge of their seats right now. It's bending. It's bending. It's there. 11 points the margin.
Here we are at the other end. I think we're going to start with. Here it is here. Let's see Callan take it. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's had 4 steps. He's actually over the mark there. So he. I think that's play on because he's actually momentum's taken him past the mark and he's gone to play on. Great tackle here. Gee, it's certainly all happening at the moment, isn't there? A lot this is a really good kick. I like this. Rather than blazing away, just finds a forward inside 50.
Three goals for Rowan Buick. He looks okay, Hudson, which is good news. 11 points the margin. And Adelaide's chances Oh, the top two finish come the end of this season. Might be about to take a huge dent.
From the forward 50, umpire paid that free kick to Thompson.
And he puts it up long in hope. Walker's down there. He's got a couple to beat. It hits the deck. Yo feeds it back. Dangerous spot. Johncock knocks it down. Yo gathers his own ball. Polkinghorne flicks it wide. Harwood to Leicester. Some of the lesser-known players playing a role. Hanley in this breakout season of his with the Sharon in his hands. Rich. The crowd finding voice again. To Jonathan Brown, feeds back, not quite. Hasn't been quite there for Jonathan Brown, but Rutten, every time he's gone there, has been right there.
That was the old-fashioned chest pass. He just flicked that one straight out after taking on 2 or 3 tacklers. But yeah, once again, really good contest. 2 experienced campaigners there.
So the Brisbane Lions defence has been outstanding since quarter time, hasn't it? I mean, the ball's still going in there, but they're really defending well. Inside 50s are even 48-48. The Crows are finding it very, very difficult to score.
Hatful. And again, Jonathan Brown crashes the pack. Can't mark. Dangerfield takes them on. We haven't seen a lot of that tonight. Not since quarter time. Thompson gets one of the ear after he kicked it. So downfield.
Yeah, they're the silly little things that Vossi and the coaching staff won't like to see, because they've got the Crows where they want them at the moment, but you can't afford to give away downfields, 50-metre penalties, whatever it might be, silly free kicks.
It's almost an arm slap free as well to Walker, not paid, and now the Lions on the rebound. Zorko. Reigns. Dak, but still gets the handball. Back to Zorko. Flicks it to his own advantage, and then to Simon Black's advantage. 55 from goal. Not quite. Just couldn't get away. Gone. Tackled. Brought down by Van Berlo.
Oh, Jenkins.
Long from Dangerfield, and Jenkins marks on 50. This becomes a big kick. Can he hit a chest? Can he kick the goal? He's not sure what he should do.
Rory Sloane's by himself, completely by himself. He missed him. He was about 20 metres out.
He's an accurate kick, Josh Jenkins. He's kicked 11 goals, 2 for his career. Might have come into the game with a basketball background. And he puts his mind to it, can kick it straight. Gives it a ride, brings it back, misses just.
Yeah, he just had to get that quicker. Rory Sloane ran inside the forward 50 by himself and just needed a little bit of awareness, better vision, slotted one over 30 metres out directly in front. Sloane would have been.
Handling. Merritt. Adcock. And they weren't able to do that in the opening term.
Not at all.
Hanley long to half forward. Lyle couldn't trap it. Knocked on Green, and he has some speed. Takes on Riley. Has the shot at goal. It's across the face. Jonathan Brown in the pocket. Rutten wants protection. Doesn't want Brown to be allowed to run around.
Again, Josh Green with his pace just wasn't able to finish the work off.
Will Jonathan Brown be able to finish this off? He's torn something.
Well, he might have just
I think he ran into the post.
Yeah. He'll fix this one up. I think this is the regulation around the corner for Jonathan Brown. One step out to his right.
At the post. Your line is virtually looking at the post.
What's he doing?
He's
Come
gonna
here.
chat.
Come, I want to chat.
Can you do that?
Come here, mate, he would have said. Come here, mate.
Let's just have a little chat about this. He's certainly milked his time. Is that 20 seconds, is it?
I think he normally would have 30, but he's taken 45. For a 16-point lead, Jonathan Brown opens up the angle, and it's there. Brisbane Lions can smell victory.
Yeah, and big Jonathan Brown has been a tough night, great contest, but just snuck over the back and got that one, and dragged around the body beautifully to slot that goal, and just stretching the lead out to a really dangerous gap now. And see, once again, Josh Green, that's why he's come into the side, just a good pace, backs himself, didn't quite flush the ball, but Jonathan Brown was running back to goal, and probably a bit of a corky on that right quad, which slowed him up a bit, but important goal.
tell you what, it was a deft little touch from Simon Black, I think it was, across the green. Just tapped it out. Really, really nice and set up the goal. And great mark from Brown. It wasn't a great kick from Green, as you suggested, but stretched him out, the big fella, and great finish.
Dangerfield. Time against them now, the Adelaide Crows. Tippett. He needs to provide. Hasn't had a big night at the office just yet. Jenkins knocks it down. Adcock was there. Jenkins gets it back again. High, top of the square. Walker off hands. Had a good piece of it. Yo, Lester, Merritt. Just gets the kick off hands. Out of play.
So it's been a good effort by Patfull. Al, he's a bit undersized. I know he's played, I mean, Merritt's been outstanding, but I know Patfull's played a bit on the keys, but he is a bit undersized, and he had to go back there when Maguire went off. He's done a really good job.
Yeah, ideally he's your third tall, but has in the past stood up.
McKay feeds it long for Walker, and he was held. Walker's free, and the locals are a little restless again.
And that is that big forward, big body at the top of the goal square, putting a lot of pressure on the defender, and very good contest. And as we just spoke about, probably slightly undersized Joel Patfull, but was forced into the free kick here. Just a wrestle and just arm over the shoulder. Not a lot in it though. Oh. Very tough.
He would have kicked 1,000 goals if he had got those free kicks.
He's kicked 3 goals too tonight. Put it in the book. Never misses from here. And it's a 10-point game.
Yeah, important goal. They needed to answer it from the other end. Joel Patfull a little disappointed with that one. Gets the support from his teammates, but the Crows had to answer. The Brisbane Lions have put enormous pressure on. Again, here's the contest. Both players pushing, and I think it's either for the left arm across the shoulder, I would have thought, would be the call.
Could be the right arm.
No, it wasn't the right arm, I'm sure. It had to be the left arm. Across the shoulder, not a lot in it, but technically correct.
Adelaide Crows are 10 points and 7 minutes from top spot on the AFL ladder. Flick down. Beams couldn't trap it. Let Wright hunt it down. Dangerfield having an influence now. Rolls it inside 50 through Patfull. Adcock mops up that little mess nicely.
He's down again, Dangerfield.
Rains pushes it wide. Zorko really got the skates on there. So they're down a man right now, Adelaide. It's 18 versus 17. It's Zorko versus McKay. Just got away with it. Green to Redden. Boundary line looming. Back to Green.
Yeah, it's got to be a little bit careful now, the Lions. Just over finessing. Get it into your forward line. There's plenty of one-on-ones down there.
Right to half forward. Lester uses his body. Gets it to ground. Jenkins had a piece of it but lost it. Petrenko tries to break free and does with style, and that's almost on the full. It was off his knee. He was lucky.
Really good contest from Lester. Giving away a lot of size. Here it is, took a bounce just off the knee, so got away with that one.
One of your drop punts, Al. Couple off the knee.
Beams to Green. Read that well. Dropping ball played in front.
Geez, he loves playing on Green.
He does,
He's just
Lyle. Jonathan Brown wants it long and in the air. He's got 2 to beat Jonathan Brown. Sloan with the fist. Simon Black tapped out deliberately. Umpire says throw it in.
A lot of the crowd were in anticipation of a free kick. Dangerfield, I think his last 2 possessions he got clubbed and hit the ground pretty hard. And that one from Daniel Merritt.
He's a big fella, Daniel Merritt, too. There's not too many that can knock over Dangerfield.
No.
Hudson. Reigns. Jonathan Brown comes hard. He goes up. Almost takes the pack down with him. Buick spins out of trouble. Simon Black, 40 from goal, tapped it on. Beams crunched. No free. Lyle from a stand start. Kicks it goalward. Thumped through by Doughty. Just got it through. Still a 2-kick game. 11 points the margin. Inside 6 minutes to full time.
Big contest, this one.
Tippett, Merritt. And again, Merritt wins out.
Yeah, he's just been able to get a hand in there all night, Merritt, hasn't he? Without giving away a free kick, he's done a great job.
Sure.
That was a poor kicking.
Jacobs. Not normally the delivery man from defence. Dangerfield's up and okay.
He wouldn't be in the top 4 or 5 you'd want delivering the ball out of the back line, but did it quite well.
Dangerfield gets it to Mayer. Walker can't mark it. Simon Black crumbs it. Handball a little too low for Lyle. Callanan got it from Johncock. Kicker wobbler. Redden attacked that, ran
well
it down.
Yeah.
Got that off Thompson as well. He was tagging Thompson at that and stole it from him. Simon Black beams, pokes it to half forward. Zorko not quite. Still fighting on, kept his feet. Rockcliffe feeds it back. Adcock to Lyle inside 50, just not clear. Green, as you said, in space. Dangerfield got there first. McKay hands it off. Shaw needs to hit Johncock with this kick and he can go. Little fumble. 4.5 minutes left. 11 points to margin. Top spot on offer for the Crows, but they need 2 goals to get there.
Oh, well done.
Well done.
Yeah, they just need to take a deep breath. They keep on playing on the lines. They've got to take a deep breath. Just hold on to the football. That's terrible play.
McKay long. Walker can't get there to attempt the mark. Thump clear. Jenkins didn't want to take possession. Wanted the clever flick on. Thompson. Redden steals it. Dangerfield about to gobble this up. Unkind bounce though. Pursues it. Gets there. Shrugs Orko.
Gee, that was good play from Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Vince
Did not jump off his line and took clean possession.
The Lions have had multiple opportunities though just to control possession, but they keep on playing on every time they get it.
They can attack the 50-metre arc here.
Shaw. Centering kick and he finds a target. He went over Walker's head to Callanan.
If they win this, they'll steal it.
Yeah, they will
Crows.
steal it, I tell you. It's been just a lack of composure in the last 2 minutes from the Lions. They've had a lot of players that have been able to just control the tempo of the game, but all they've wanted to do is play on every single time they've got it. And it's really hurting them now.
He's kicked 3. He's kicked 3 straight, more importantly. 19,000 people here at the Gabba hold their breath. This to make it a 1-kick game. To get the Crows within 5 points, and he sprays it. Still 2 kicks away.
Yeah, it's a big kick, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, they just got, from a Crows point of view, they really have to hold this ball in their forward half now, not allow the exit from the Lions. Now, the Lions in the past have liked to go short, so you'd expect they go short. Hanley always goes to himself, or seems to.
Jonathan Brown comes down to half-back for the contest and gets it to the deck. Douglas inside 50, but Adcock.
Hold it.
And I think he's got the experience to know.
Yeah.
He needs a pass target. He went down the middle. That is a huge risk. Just what Dowdy wanted. Feeds it off to Callanan. Slaps it out through Patfield's legs. Walker knocks it on. Sloan lurking. Rich steals it. Back to Patfield. Gives it up. Lester. Yo. They're taking the game on the lines. Rich feeds it back. Adcock with some poise. Can he find a chest? He can.
Now, this is the kick they've got to slow right down. But once again, they just want to keep on playing on. It's extraordinary.
They're just giving the Crows every chance to still win this, when the Crows realistically shouldn't be in it.
Oh, it's a horrible, horrible decision.
And Johncock's in the spot here. Feeds back and marks it and might get 50. No.
Really good mark. Good effort from Daniel Merritt to leave his opponent to come to this contest and crash the contest, but good mark.
Who was the guy that turned inside?
Jed Adcock, I reckon, from memory.
From the wing going back into the corridor, the game's over. If he controls the ball over there, the game's finished.
Yeah, just haven't picked their options. They're just been a little bit excitable. When they
Very
get
excitable.
Possession.
Now, he can't take his kick here, Johncock. He said he can't take his kick because of an ankle problem, and he's given it to Callanan, who had a sider about 3 minutes ago. And Callanan's kicked 3.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Johncock stays on the ground.
He's trying to get off actually now.
To make it a 4-point game. To the booze from 45. Looks good off the boot. Is good off the boot.
Oh.
There's a kick in it with 1 minute 30 left.
Yeah, well, that is an extraordinary couple of minutes of football from both teams. The fact that the Brisbane Lions had possession and they continually turned the ball over and just gave the Crows another chance. This is the really good mark under pressure, crashed into by the 105 kilo, 6'5" defender in Daniel Merritt. Now, John Cox off the ground, which is not great, and surprisingly, Callanan goes off the ground as well.
So did he mention to the umpire that he had a crook ankle and he couldn't take the kick? That's interesting, isn't it?
So we've had Jonathan Brown down one end, talking the umpires into just holding up proceedings, and down the other end, Graham Johncock. But in the meantime, 1 minute 28 from time, and it's a 4-point game. The Brisbane Lions, if you've joined us late, were 38 points down at quarter time. They have led by as much as 2 goals, but right now they cling to a 4-point margin. The Brisbane Lions, 13th on the AFL ladder, trying to stop the Adelaide Crows from taking top spot tonight. Polkinghorne bounces it forward. Green, Doughty feeds it back to Rutten. We're down to a minute. Rutten needs to find a teammate. He goes wide. Riley. Down the middle they travel. They don't know how long left, the Adelaide Crows. Rains attacks it nicely. Down to Rockcliffe. This could be the game. It's over. Amazing.
Well, what a turnaround in this game. What a fantastic game it has been. What a credit to the Brisbane Lions that they've turned the game around. 38 points down they were, and did not look like they could move the ball. Didn't look like they could actually stop the opposition from moving the ball either. Here, a dangerous kick from Riley going down the middle of the ground, and just the execution wasn't great. And there it is, game over. 46 seconds to go, and a nice finish, good pressure goal.
Two goals, 46 points. That's the requirement now for Adelaide if they want to grab top spot tonight. Otherwise, they could be staring at 4th, dropping to 4th come the end of this round. Amazing transformation in this. They had a 1 at quarter time, the Adelaide Crows. They led by 38 points, and the Brisbane Lions can take this last 30 seconds off the clock and head to their last 2 games of 2012 confident and maybe finishing the season with a flurry. They play Port Adelaide and the Dogs, and by tonight's standards, they're both winnable games for the Lions. Free kick to Adelaide, 24 seconds left. Not time enough for 2 goals.
Nah, too late. The Adelaide Crows have really let this one slip, and an opportunity to sit on top of the ladder at least for a few hours at least anyway. But
Thompson run down. Merritt's been superb. He might even get 3 Brownlow votes playing as a defender.
And that's probably been the difference, Rosie. Every time the Crows have got the ball since quarter time, there's been a Lions player to put pressure on. And they're pumped with this victory. A fantastic win after being smashed in the first term. The Crows will be shattered, but the Lions have got their 8th win, and the crowd that have come along tonight very excited to see their team turn a disastrous start around into a great win.
Yeah, put that in perspective. 38 points up, the 2nd team on the ladder against 13th, I think it is. And Brendan Sanderson, he would be absolutely going berserk inside, really. I mean, it's just a terrible, terrible loss for that football club and team. And obviously they've got 2 winnable games. We thought this was a winnable game, Dwayne coming here tonight. So full credit to the Brisbane Lions. Oh, what a terrific effort.
Adelaide Crows still have 2 games to come. Melbourne at the MCG next week, and then the Gold Coast at Amy Stadium. But depending on what Collingwood does and what Hawthorn does for the rest of the season, their chances of finishing top 2 took a huge dent with this loss tonight. There's still a couple of games left, and the home final in the first week might still be there for them. But it's all about the Lions right now. David King.
We're down here with Jonathan Brown. Brownie, what an amazing game.
Great win, obviously a shocking first quarter. We slow to react, they were harder at the footy, but dropped a nice old spray at quarter time and the boys lifted.
Well, that was a credit to the boys to be able to turn that around. They lifted their intensity, the contested situation really corrected for you. It was great to see a young side come on.
It was. Look, the inside, the midfield obviously started that, and obviously a lot of young blokes in there except for Blakey and Ricardo, but young bloke stepped up there. They started moving. First into the footy, and then the rest of the team joined in.
Well, what about the old blokes? I mean, they still had a few tricks up their sleeve. What was going on with you chatting to the umpire like you didn't know the rules? I mean, that was just to get a little spell, wasn't it?
It was. I was asking whether he was any good at kicking a snapshot because I thought I was buggered. But no, that's right. I was trying to get my breath back, mate. But thankfully it went through. And what a goal of Rockcliffe's there at the end. We knew there was probably only about 90 seconds, so we just needed a sealer. And great win. The group's been fighting hard. We missed a lot of shots against Carlton last week, and you know, probably should have been a lot further in front at half time. So we knew after watching Carlton today that our form line's been not too bad.
Good platform for 2013.
It is, and that's been, I suppose, what we're trying to emphasise. The last 3 games, and this is our last chance to knock off a top 4 side for the season. We need to build momentum in 2013. We've made some good games.
Go and enjoy this one,
Thanks, mate. Good on you.
Come the end of this season, they might well have beaten the 2 grand finalists here at the Gabba. The West Coast Eagles and now the Adelaide Crows, victims of the Brisbane Lions at the Gabba. 48-point turnaround. It's still hard to believe.
It is really hard to believe, but it's a credit to the Lions, the way they did turn it around. And as we said during the call, Michael Voss, we just want him to bottle those words from that address at quarter time. And we heard directly from Brenton Sanderson. He was really happy, but just wanted to continue with the pressure in the second quarter. And I think as he said those words, the bubble burst, and they didn't give a yelp from quarter time onwards, the Adelaide Crows.
Yeah, I thought they shut them down. They really, in the first quarter, we see Vossi there, and he can be rightly extremely happy with that win, because to come back against any side by 38 points down is a great effort, but the second team on the ladder is an even better effort. But I thought the first quarter, they were just moving the ball freely up and down the ground, the Crows, and then they shut them down. It was really difficult for the Crows to get the ball out of the back half, and full credit to the Lions defenders. Merritt did a really good job on Tippett, and I thought Patfull worked hard as an undersized defender on Walker, and they got a lot of support from their midfielders, a lot of pressure through the midfield, so well done. There's Sanderson still in the coach's box, so you can see that's an indication of how disappointed he is, and he hasn't faced this before as a coach. It's been a pretty good year, well, very, very good year for him, let's be honest, and haven't lost a lot of games, and certainly this is probably the first time that he would have lost against a team that he expected to win, and to be 38 points up. He would be now gathering his thoughts, gentlemen, and trying to work out what am I going to say to my team. And Kevin Murray there.
Yeah, he's up.
A great Kevin Murray. And what a personality he is. What a fantastic fella.
And he's been a fantastic supporter of, obviously, Fitzroy for years as one of their greats. But the Brisbane Lions since the merger, and yeah, he's obviously over the moon to see the boys get up with a courageous win here tonight.
The crazy nature of this beautiful game of ours. What a wild night at the Gabba. The Brisbane Lions, 38 points down at quarter time, win by 10. 13-17, 95. Adelaide, 12-13, 85.